Hi, my name is Casey, and I want to talk about how and when to optimize your Google Shopping campaign. In a previous video, I talked about how to create basic campaigns saying they could reach 10K a month, but this does not mean those basic campaigns don't need a little help to get there. Like a garden needs weeding and special care to grow, so too do your campaign. Watch to the end of this video to see what I do every Monday to get my campaigns profitable over time. And be sure to like and subscribe to help this channel grow, and leave any comments below about what you want to know about or what you want to watch next, and let's get to it. Before we get started, let's take a look at your initial setup and make sure everything's correct there. So you should have at least one smart shopping campaign and one normal campaign, maybe a company search campaign. More advanced campaigns will come later, but just starting out, those are great. In my experience, smart shopping campaigns will get you profitable results faster, but you cannot optimize them too much. However, if your budget is tight, focusing on smart shopping initially is a great way to start setting aside money for more testing later, and you can always get more complicated after you get profitable results. Now we get to the meat of this particular video though. You should be optimizing only every 7 days. But what and how do you optimize? It really depends on the situation. Clicks but no sales, you need to optimize your product page or your variant image. The first paragraph and image are the most important here, but Vitals or Lucky Orange can help you see the specifics. Impressions but no clicks, search your competitors to see what image they're using. Try to get a better quality image. Adjust your price to be like theirs, maybe $1 less. If two are selling it and one is 15 and another is 30, take the middle of the road for 25 or so for your price. I notice a lot of customers will take a middle of the road price if your image is especially good. And as your goal is to have a good image and not be competing on price. You want a middle of the road price, good deal, but not too good and not too expensive. Maybe you are getting some sales, but they're not profitable yet. In this case, I would still optimize keywords and stuff on the product page first. Get that product page looking top notch and ready for conversions, and you'll see more results there than any optimizations in Google Ads will do generally. And without further ado, let's get to the real meat of the video, or the final bonus, where I go into my Google Ads and show you my daily routine for Mondays whenever I optimize. And if you could please like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get to the video.
So as promised here, I'm going to go over my typical routine for editing my ads or optimizing my Google Ads on Monday. So optimizing my Google Shopping ads every 7 days. It's highly recommended you wait 7 days to do that. However, if there's some really bad numbers, like say you spend $100 with no sales, of course go in and see if you can't see what's getting clicks and optimize the product page there. But without further ado, let's get right to it. So let's say I'm just going into my first campaign here. I'd look at my columns and look at my cost per click, look at my cost per conversion. So you definitely want to set up your columns right here and just go in and find which ones you want to set. Like I said, I went over this in another video, but let's go over this again real quick here. So recommend performance, I do clicks, cost, impression, CTR. Conversions, cost per conversion, conversion rate, and then I also do competitive metrics, impression share, absolute impression share lost, and lost per budget. So what this will tell you is how often you're sharing ads in similar categories, how much you lose it because your image or SEO is bad, and how much you lost because you just don't have enough budget, you ran out of gas basically, you didn't put enough dollars in, so you're losing out on some clicks you could have gotten for the day for those search terms. So once you check out those columns and make sure the conversion cost is not something ridiculous, like you see this ad account wasn't too impressive, I don't like the conversion costs here, so this is my dummy account that I ran in the past and made a few sales with, but I canceled them because supply issues mostly, and the results weren't super great anyways. So back to the campaign. So what we want to do if we want to optimize, first I click in, and if I had this segmented out and had a bid limit, I would check the bids and make sure that this was acceptable. So this one I'd probably start capping it at like 60 cents. The other thing I would do is click in and go see what products are on this. This one won't have any because the feed is dead at this time. So, and then I would sort by cost. So I click that and it would put the highest cost up at the top there. And if it was $10 to $25 and no sales, I'd go in and look at it and see if there was nothing I could do, or if there was something I could do to improve the product page. So I would check my reviews and make sure there were no weird Russian characters and no weird brand photos, make sure all those are deleted. I'd grab some from Amazon or some really meaty reviews to get on the first page there, so when people look at them, they're more impressed. And I'd also edit the top paragraph and top image if they didn't seem great to me. So I'd reread over them and make sure they looked quality. And if that was all good from the get-go and I didn't have to change anything, I would then just say, alright, this product's not working for whatever reason, let's just go ahead and use our segment tool to exclude them. So I just hit the back button here, go in here and this ad group, and either hit this plus sign here, or even just, so what you do is you'd hit this plus sign here, and then you could search with the label, which I've suggested in the past, or you could even do whatever you need to get that product out of the campaign. It's done. Either take it to your smart shopping campaign and see if it does better over a week there, or just say done, it's not working. So this will allow Google to cycle out that product and start putting your budget towards other product and optimizing that way. And once I check the products and make sure that's all looking good, I would then go in here and look at my keyword placements. So this might be because it's a smart shopping, so I don't have any keywords for that. So let's go to the all store. Yeah, it's because it's smart shopping. So if you don't see smart or don't see keywords options, because you have a smart shopping. So I then look at the search terms here, and this one I can actually filter by cost. So I look at these. I already excluded this one last time. So say that was 25 and there was no sales, is looking bad. CTR was terrible. You start excluding these, and so you want to make sure that these, you're not excluding something super relevant to your product, but you're going to exclude it if it's costing a lot, because maybe a long tail keyword would do better. So these are exact match exclusions. There's three types: exact, phrase, and broad. So in this case, you're just excluding what it says here. So if someone types in talking pumpkins, you won't show up most of the time. The exact match has turned into exactest match, but for the most part you won't show up if they type in talking pumpkins. So yeah, once you go in and exclude the keywords you don't want that are getting poor results, you would then go forward and move on to the next step. So our first two steps were excluding products that were doing bad or seeing if we could optimize them. Second step, excluding keywords that were doing bad. And finally, you look and see if increasing budgets or decreasing budgets were a good way to go about it. So you go in here and see, so if you are profitable, you'd say, all right, let's add a little bit of budget to this campaign and see if it's still profitable. So you'd probably add a bit of budget to see if these are still profitable, or see if you could adjust the bid cap. So if you go into the ad groups here, and if you don't have an automatic CPC, you'd have the option to edit the cost per clicks here down or up. I would only edit them up if you're getting impressions and clicks, or if you're not getting clicks. So if you're not getting clicks, you're probably being outbid. If you are getting clicks, I wouldn't adjust them up. I'd maybe adjust them a little bit down to see if the more quality traffic could appear. And once you've done all that, you should be good to go for the next week. Also, I'd really appreciate if you could like and subscribe to this video, and in the future there'll be more Google Ads content, Shopify, even some side income ideas, and thanks for watching.